The reviews are in, and almost everyone's in agreement. iOS 6 is a straight upgrade, and one you do well to download and use ASAP. But the software isn't without its rough patches. As GigaOhm's Matthew Ingram tweeted yesterday, "I've decided I'm not going to upgrade to iOS 6. I'm just too addicted to Google's Maps and Apple's sound lame." Apple's new Maps apps was one of the big selling points when iOS 6 debuted. At the Worldwide Developers Conference in June, Apple's senior VP Scott Forstall showed off the app's progress, which Apple had rolled from scratch in favor of Google's Maps. But now that people are getting hands-on time with the new Maps, they're noticing some blank spots. Here's Wall Street Journal's Walt Mossberg.
It doesn't have some of the familiar features in Google Maps that I think people value, like Street View or routing via public transit.
And the 3D overviews aren't always on spot. Gizmodo called some of the more egregious renderings an apocalyptic horror show. But Engadget points out this is the first generation we're all judging. It needs some time to grow. Google Maps has blossomed over the past 5 years since we first used it on the original iPhone. So we're optimistic that Apple's offering will seem more polished a few years down the line. And what of Google? Search Engine Land says we might see a Google Maps in the App Store at some point. According to both ComScore and Nielsen, Google Maps is currently the top local search engine app across smartphone platforms. A new Google Maps app for iOS would probably see lots of downloads and usage on the iPhone 5. In the meantime, if you don't feel like using Apple's solution, you can always use Google's mobile web interface for your mapping needs. For Newsy, I'm Jasmine Bailey, multiple sources, the real story.